Yeah, welcome once again to the boot world. Welcome once again. Today we are going to talk about the gestation sheet, or the pregnancy stage sheet. This is where you start your breeding from. So this column, the D column here, is where you input the number of those that you have bred within that week. So this week, the 4th July to 10th July week, the number of those that you bred, this is where you are going to put them. So let's say you are doing 20, as I said earlier in the previous video. So we do 20 every 4 weeks, we do 20, then we do 20, so this is 60 does here, 60 does, 20 every month, so after you bred it, immediately it is in its first week of pregnancy, then the following week it will be in the second week, then the third week, and so on. So this is where you start your breeding from. And if in case after breeding the 20, then after 2 weeks time, this is the second week, at the end of this week you partake or you check for pregnancy and you realize that 15 were actually successful, you don't come and change it here and make this 15. No, you don't do that. You maintain the 20 here, you maintain the 20 at the first week, you maintain the 20 at the second week, and then at the third week you change the 20 to 15. As long as the cell is active, that your cursor can actually click, it means you can edit it. So this is the current week. We partated at the end of the second week. Then we realized that 5 of them were not successful, only 15 were. We changed the third week number of that 20 to 15 to reflect the successful pregnancy check, the pregnancy that we had. Okay, so this is where you input it. Each line, each week, this is the current week. So you come to for an existing farm, you go to your farm and you check how many first week do you have on your farm. 5, you put 5 there. How many second week you have? 0, there's 0 there already. How many do you have? 15, you put 15 there. How many do you have? 0. How many do you have? You have 10, you put that 10 there. So for existing farm, this is how you do it. You take the spreadsheet, then that particular week you check the actuals on your farm. You put the spreadsheet projects the others for you. As you can see, the 20 is being projected as we have 20 going on, then 20 will give birth. When we get to the lactating sheet, you will see this 20 giving birth and starting their lactating on these dates, on the 8th August to 14th August. That's where they will start their first week of lactating. Okay, so this is where you know the number of those that you bred at a particular week and the number successful at any point in time. So for here, even though 15 proved to be successful, you bred them 20, and in your head or in your records you have mated 20 does, so you expect them to be pregnant. So if you are giving any special treatment to pregnant does, you give them also. That's why you don't change it, because you have given it certain conditions or certain feed for maybe pregnant does. You don't change it. If you change this to maybe the 20 or the 15, because 15 was successful after you have checked at the end of the second week, this one will go back to alter the feed that you've given it, the feed that the spreadsheet knows that you gave to that set. Okay, so you come and change it here rather, and it also tells you that something maybe went wrong or something happened. That's why though you bred 20, at the point in time you had 15, and at the point in time you have a certain number giving birth. So if I pick the spreadsheet and I see this data, and I see this 20, this 20, and this 15, there are some questions that I will ask, or there are other places that I have to go to check. Now I'll go to the stock sheet and check whether you've sold whether you've sold any rabbits. Then I will assume that, oh, maybe you sold pregnant does. Whether you've lost any rabbit, then I will assume that then you lost pregnant does. So, but if I go there and I see no data, you still have your 60 does intact. It means these 5 were not successful. That's why you have the 15 here. Okay, so this data is very important that you maintain it this way. When you record this week, then you move on to the next week. This week should be there as it is, because you have recorded the current happening at that week. Now you've moved to the next week. You need to record it as it is that week. What happens if the dude dies that week? You record it that week, not the previous week. So you leave the previous week, you leave the future, and you deal with the current. Okay, so this is it about the gestation sheet, or the pregnancy stage sheet. It tells you the total number of pregnant does you have on your farm at any particular point in time. So again, thank you, thank you, and don't forget to subscribe. It's the boot world. Bye, and